Going beyond witches and wizards is the root cause of health problem of many in Africa. Seek professional advice concerning that your health matter.
I see with my clear eye. The eye that I cannot be able to use 2 years ago, I use it now to see everything. And I say, may God who make this man have this mind, and all those doctors over here, God will bless them and give them more life.
Join Dr. Save a Life Foundation.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Now on AIT every Monday by 9:30 a.m.
Happy New Year, everyone. It's a great privilege for us to be in this special year 2021, being counted among the living. It's a special testimony. Of course, you know that 2020 was very rough. Economically rough, health-wise rough, and so many things happened. Regrettably, we lost a number of our loved ones, but to God be the glory that we are alive today. I'm just believing that this year gonna be a different year altogether, because we are meeting at the right time to be able to give a right definition to what life and health is all about in this new year. You know, it says affliction shall not happen the second time. Whatever happened in the previous years of your life when it has to do with your health, I'm here to tell you it won't happen again, because we are meeting at a very crucial time. It's a time that everyone this time around will begin to prepare. Of course, a number of people will go into 21 days fast. A number of people 40 days, 90 days fast, all in the effort to prepare for the year, which is a very fantastic beginning, because it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Very important, but we are going to seek that with maximum knowledge in this time, because the same God we are seeking or preparing to seek his face is actually crying loud in lamentation that his own people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that is one of the key things that this year, hear me and hear me well, this year we are going to stand together to stamp out ignorance among our people. Majority of the death that happened in 2020, thank God for the testimony of COVID on our own side, when they say that it never killed as expected. Majority of the people that died in Africa, that died in Nigeria, died of those illnesses that have been there and causing our life expectancy to be 55 years. And we have the boldness, the audacity to come up and say, by the year 2025, that Nigerian life expectancy will move. Watch it out. I'm telling you with every confidence. Nigerian life expectancy, my life expectancy with you, your loved ones will move from this regrettable, very deplorable as it were, 55 years to 70 years. Now we show you something. When it has to do with business, there's one unique attribute to every successful business. Successful and sustainable. Let me use those two words. Successful and sustainable business. It has to do with what is called stock taking. Okay, last year was this, we sold this, so and so, we have some profit, we made some losses. By and by, in summary, our businesses were able to make up this, that. That tells the businessman, you are going down, or you are making progress. That also gives the businessman an instinct of saying, no, this is not a profitable dimension of this business. We're going to change this very approach. And that's exactly the dynamism of successful business. That is critical, even in our own health. So many people survived. Many people are here today, 2021. But you know what? The problem they've been suffering several years, they are still in that same condition, doing perhaps one thing every year, and here they doing same thing same way, expecting a different result is another demonstration of madness. If you have done what you think is right, or the right approach, or whatever narrative or imagination you have regarding the cause of that your problem and the solution you have applied, and it's not working, there is a need to do what's called sober reflection, in addition to what else am I doing, or what am I doing that I'm not getting right, and what else can I do to get it right. That's why I said our meeting in this first period of the year is quite critical. Now, should I tell you this? It's very clear a lot of people have married several years in marriage. They have been saying their problem is one attack or the other attack. Years has come and gone. A new year is here. Many people have different health-related problems. They are also preparing to repeat what they have been doing several years. And I will tell you this. The kind of result you may have been getting on the basis of the approach to your health problem may be a product of ignorance. There will be a need for change. I will tell you an experience I had as a young doctor working in teaching hospital several years back. And we happened to have a young man, and this young man had kidney problem. Regrettably also, there was no money from every financial indices around them. And why this young man swollen, didn't even have money to do dialysis, let alone thinking about kidney transplant. And while I was there, about evening time, a group of people came to pray for that very patient. They came with so many of their members. Perhaps the members or the man may be related or be member of their church. When they came in, they requested to pray for him. Of course, there's nothing anybody could do. And at that point, they went and rounded this young man up, already swollen, in a state of uremic encephalopathy. The creatinine level high, the young man was gasping for breath and all that. And they rounded him up and started praying. Listen. And I was in the consulting room hearing the content of their prayer. That's where I'm coming. And they were praying, and they were shouting, every demon in this body out. Every man-made spirit, every Ogboni power, every this one, demon and witches and all that. It was quite loud. It was sounding fervent, as it were. And as soon as they finished praying for this young man and stepping towards the gate, they called the attention on emergency level. The young man started gasping. Every effort to resuscitate him failed, and he died. They were still in the hospital premises when that young man died. They came back to see the same man they prayed a couple of minutes away. Now the man was dead. Does it mean that that demon that they were casting out has suddenly become so powerful? You know, somebody will say it's an appraisal attack. Perhaps. And they came back in annoyance to kill the man. And I was troubled. I will admit here. I was so worried inside the consulting room. I was just saying, God, does it mean that the prayer of your people, you don't answer again? What happened? And for the first time, I was given a reference to the book of James 4 verse 3. It said, ye pray and did not receive. Not necessarily because you didn't express faith towards what you prayed, but because you have prayed amiss, you pray out of point. Several people right now having a lot of health-related problems, binding witches and wizards. Your prayer is out of point. And of course, you know, very soon now, you enter 21 days fast, 40 days fast, 90 days fast. He said, ye pray. You didn't receive the result because something called ignorance was seated in your mindset regarding that prayer. And that is the reason why I want you to listen to me now. We met at the right time, beginning of the year. Affliction shall not rise the second time. But it's expected of you to know why the first one happened, so as to prevent recurrence. Otherwise, affliction will happen over and over and over again.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Ignorance is the mother of personal destruction, a voluntary misfortune, and it is worse when you are ignorant of your ignorance. Doing something same way expecting a different result is another demonstration of madness. If you have done what you think you know concerning that your health problem, why not seek for professional advice? If you lose money, you lose something. But if you lose your health, you lose everything.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Welcome back. You are still on You and Your Health. I'm your friend, Dr. Richard Okoye. My pleasure to welcome you to a wonderful, blessed year. I'm very much excited on what is going to happen this year, because at this very point in time is our year of our period. They say New Year resolution. They say, oh, this is the year of preparing for the year. So a lot of decisions will be taken. But I want to also refer us back to decisions that have been taken in the time past. Should we continue on the same? Should we continue on the same? In mathematics, you have what is called formulas. If you make any mistake from the beginning of that formula, no matter what else you apply, you will take you to somewhere else. A lot of us have applied wrong formulas when it has to do with our health. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to be in position to say, as God say, come, let all reason together. Bring forth your strong reason why you should be justified. A number of marriages in this country today are in crisis. Horrible crisis. And what is the reason for the crisis? The man may have low sperm count. The woman may have low fallopian tube or hormonal related challenges. And what they have been fighting all over these years is one uncle, the ministry that have already introduced hatred and wickedness among people. That's what we are treating on today. This your problem must be someone related to you, or this one. I'm here to tell you, because when people want to defend ignorance, they tend to say, there's what is called analytical reasoning. You should be intelligent, for Christ's sake. You have been told your problem is one devil. Somebody is attacking you. You saw one enemy in your dream, and that's responsible for your health problem. And you have been on that, praying, fasting, including the person who gave you the prophecy. All of you have been praying, and that devil is so powerful. My friend, ignorance is in exhibition somewhere. Ignorance is in a gross exhibition somewhere. Can we come to this reality? Can we come to our senses? How many people? I'm talking about our traditional society. I'm talking about the current religious society we find ourselves. How many people have you been told? Having one person that somebody poisoned him, somebody made him to match poison, and somebody, it was an attack, he had a stroke on this, it was an attack. How many of them survive under that philosophy? Nearly none. Go and take history. Check out history. That's why I said, in business, successful business, you do stock taking. It's a time we have to look critically into the decisions, because majority of the problem people do have is all about the information available to them. And that's why I'm also beckoning upon our leaders, in religious leaders and traditional leaders, that most of the things we call one name when it has to do with health is wrong. The demons and all those things we invite into the health matters of our people, majority of them are wrong. I'm not undermining whether there is one Satan or the other, but I guess that the preaching, the God you preach to the people should be powerful enough to get people out of those kind of bondages. But the fact remains that it is important we begin to seek knowledge. God said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, not because of all those devils. This is era of knowledge. He said, in the days of ignorance, they overlook, but now it's expected you should know. You see some people praying for or trying to talk concerning a person with health condition. And you say, I don't care to know. I don't care to know, whatever it is. No, that is not faith. It is a demonstration of ancestral ignorance and medical illiteracy. No, it is expected of us to know. Now I put it to you. A couple married, in most of the cases, a couple married, looking for the fruit of the womb over the years, because of the sacred dimension we have about that infertility is a problem of the woman. You see most of the women moving from one place to another, from hospital to one native doctor, from one native doctor to one church, from one church to one deliverance, and all kinds. The men are there at home. The man may have low sperm count. Nobody calls his attention. And that's why I say, listen to me. You are ignorantly awaiting the arrival of your wife's menopause. If you have low sperm count and ignore it. And when we describe here the mystery of low sperm count, you got to know why it is not that a man with low sperm count will not be able to achieve pregnancy. Even though in the current dispensation, low sperm count problem can be addressed by the advanced ICSI technology, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. But you get to know first and give it attention as early as possible, because fertility is a time-dependent thing. Despite the fact that older people are getting pregnant at the older age, but David said, satisfy me early. It is important that at this time of your preparation in your health matter, can't you be in position to get to the hospital? Hear me and hear me very well. If you are preparing 2021 and beyond as a year of your fertility, my friend, you need to start from the known. Hey, goodness me. Start from the known before you go to the unknown. If a man has low sperm count, what type of prayer is he going to pray this time? I will tell you how to pray if you have a low sperm count. It's not every type of prayer you have to pray. I will teach you that here. If a woman has blood fallopian tube, my friend, what that thing is indicating is that all the days of that woman's life, medically speaking, that woman will not be able to achieve pregnancy except God intervene. But she has to know the implication of the same and present it accordingly to God in prayers and in fasting, as the case may be. The question is, what is a man who has HIV? HIV that by the grace of God is almost getting to the point of cure. What is this man going to pray? Is he going to pray every demon and every attack and every poison and every whatever? How could such prayer be heard? Ignorance is the mother of personal destruction, a voluntary misfortune. And come on, it is worse when you are ignorant of your ignorance. As I'm speaking now, there are people that their mindset can't reason. He said, no, my problem is an attack. Nobody doubts that in the realm of God, he is a superior being and should be able to address your attack. If your attack has gone years upon years, pause. Come on. Say, hey, can we hold on? This is a new year. We need to do fact-checking. If this thing has been my problem and you prophesy it to me, is it my problem? Haven't you been able to address it all these years? Is that your God impotent? What is right there is demonstration of ignorance, nothing more. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, not those demons. You need to know something today.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye. You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Listen to me, it's quite important. If you are going for prayers, going for any spiritual exercise, with respect to your health condition, my friend, I advise you, go to hospital, get a proper medical evaluation with respect to what you are suffering. What is the beauty of it? The beauty of it is that God healing is for the purpose of winning souls. It's for the purpose of evangelism, as it were, that this I was, and now I am. This very problem, I was here. I did this in line with God's word, and He gave me this result. That is a testimony. It is not the one that, oh, something just happened, and all of a sudden it happened. Who are we talking to? Ignorant people? No, it is meant for soul winning by the fact that this was the medical report before, and this is it now. There's no magic in it. God has the capacity to transform it from here to here, but you need to have that your medical report as a substrate of your testimony. Very, very key. We are going to demystify this thing that has to do with our health as we continue in this very first quarter of this year. Now I tell you something. I gave a promise that I will be in position to let you know if you are going to pray. How will you be in position to pray if you have low sperm count? You're going to tell God that you're going to go and pray and be binding witches and wizards? They were not responsible for low sperm count. Not indicated. Listen to me. If you have low sperm count, and you need to pray, I will tell you what it is like. It could be likened to, I showed you in one of our episodes, the mystery of low sperm count. That a man with low sperm count will not be able to achieve pregnancy. If you miss that very topic, you can go to our YouTube channel, you see it. You know why a man with low sperm count won't be able to achieve pregnancy naturally. Because he needed to have millions of sperm. But the man now has a low sperm count. That low sperm count, in parentheses, could be likened to what Jesus suffered when he was to feed 5,000 people. He had 5,000 people to feed with only 2 fishes and 5 loaves. Why it is sufficient to feed that much? Just like it's expected a man to have 50 million sperm to be able to achieve pregnancy without delay. All right? Now, what did Jesus do? He saw the multitude. They were many. But what he did, he took what they have that is insufficient, he lifted it unto God and said, God, bless this very meal that and multiply it, that he will be able to set aside the need of 5,000 people and beyond. And God blessed that very meal, and it was able to be duplicated to be able to satisfy the need of 5,000 people. And you know what? It was also left surplus. That kind of scenario, that type of prayer is what is required of you if you are to pray, if you are to fast. In low spend count. You don't need to bind witches and wizards. What you need to do is to lift up your brokers before God. And say, God, behold my brokers. They say that the content of these brokers is not enough to be able to get my wife pregnant. Lord, let your hand rest upon these brokers and multiply the content in it, that you'll be able to do the needful in achieving pregnancy. It sounds funny, but listen to me, my friend. You may, as you leave that brokers before God, God will rest her back. Before you know the boom, because they have surplus, you may have triplets. It is a more intelligent approach to prayers, and not binding witches and wizards that never had anything to do with your condition. Wisdom is profitable to give direction. Bring their strong reason by which you should be justified. Let us not just begin to make mockery of redemption and burying our loved ones because of ignorance or witches.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
My vote of thanks to doctors saving their life. I'm very happy with them. They've not revived my life again, no matter the age. Now, I feel I can live a little longer than I could have lived.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Welcome back. You are still on You and Your Health. Today is a day of look. We need to get prepared. Don't mind me making this look funny, but I just want you to get the message that is in it. Please, I just want to correct an impression here, because I call this testicle a lot brokers. I never made it up. It was my encounter with one worry man. So, you know, the worry people are very, very funny individuals. A worry couple came to see me, and I was explaining to him on something that has to do with the testicle, and I was telling him as a result of that happening to the testicle, that could be responsible for what is happening to it. As I was talking to the man, the way he was looking at me, it was obvious to me that the man didn't understand what I was talking about. So after a while, I was talking without him communicating, and I said, my friend, what do you call this thing that is hanging out there? What do you call it? And the man said, Joe, doctor that brokers when they hear the blow big grammar, so he would have called it brokers tete. Make I understand, my dear. I spin on the ground that day. He said, call him brokers tete. For call him brokers. So from that time, from that time unconsciously, I welcome the word brokers. But be that as it may, what we are talking about, if you have low spend count and it is appear to be low, your prayer is to lift up your brokers before God and say, God, do something before something do us. Okay? Thank you very much. That is much we'll be able just to take today. The summary of our engagement today is that we must start this year right. Affliction shall not rise again. We will not repeat the ignorance approach we have repeated, and most of us now seeing God as if God is unfaithful. He is not. It is ignorance that is misleading us. Go to hospital concerning that your health matter. Ask professional question. Ask for professional advice. That thing that I'm telling you now, somebody is killing you. Why not ask question? I tell you, this is the beginning of the year, and indeed, the beginning of your recovery. by reason of what we've gotten today. God bless you, and we come again. We are going to demystify a lot of this ignorant bondage roving over Africa. It will end in our time.